popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Media popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Bubble double and bubble head with your miles and miles for your nice warm
when the
bed.
road is a rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your safe, warm bed.
Oh,
just remember what your old pound said, because you got a friend in me. Jesus Christ, Brandon. That is the clearest lyrics ever. What is wrong with you?
Is it Randy Newman kind of sounds like he sounds like a carny who got hit on the head.
I mean, does he kind of sound like he has a stroke? Yes. I am not going to say that he doesn't. But still, Brandon, those are the most simple lyrics. Everyone knows this song, but you.
All right. Well, I'm Eddie Collins. I'm not Brandon on this episode. I'm Eddie Collins.
No, this is Brandon Collins, nigga.
And who are you?
Huh? Nigga, I'm Justin Brown. You know who the fuck I am. I don't make up no random fucking stupid names.
And we're Media Popcorn talking about Toy Story 3, which should have been the bookend to this fantastic series. Came out in June 12th, 2010. Beautiful movie. One of the few animated films that was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, and was the first animated film to reach $1 billion at the box office. Yep. It was the highest grossing animated film until the release of Frozen in 2013, and Pixar's highest grossing film until the release of Incredibles in 2018. This was an epic movie. At the time, this was thought to be the last Toy Story movie. So
I don't know.
What?
But oh no.
I know. We'll review Toy Story 4 and obviously Toy Story 5, which is coming out later this year. Man, but this is why I watched this movie. I remember why I haven't watched it in a long time, because I got mad emotional watching this movie, because especially the third act, it's so good and so powerful. Yeah. Especially did you see this in the theater when it came out?
No.
Bro, I was with Tati and her family, and I was like, when they got to the incinerator scene, I was like, there's no way they're all gonna die, right? Like, we all started getting teary-eyed and shit. We were like, what the fuck is about? Like, when they all look at each other, bro, and they hold each other's hands, I was like, the fuck is about to happen? Like, what is going on? I should have known, obviously, they wouldn't get saved, but like, there's a real moment where you're like, man, Pixar might be going too dark on this one.
I mean, I don't think so. I think they, I mean, you had to know that wasn't going to be the way it ends for these toys.
I guess, man. You never know, man. Some niggas. This is 2010. Niggas were in I don't know. I think it was. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just, for some reason,
I don't know what you're trying to say,
bro. For some reason, in the theater, I was like, these toys are gonna die. Like, what the fuck? I was scared, man. I was scared, and then I cried. I will admit, I cried at the end when Andy gives the toys away. Because I remember being a kid seeing the first Toy Story. And so, between the story of like Andy going to college and stuff, like there's a bunch of parents crying in the theater. And then like Andy giving the toys to Bonnie, the little girl. It's like, this, adulthood and passing the torch and all this stuff. And I was just like, man, this is a beautiful ending to the story. Like, this is so good. They're not going to be stuck in the attic. It's actually a really nice story to continue, like, to know that these toys are going to be okay, at least for the time being.
I don't know. Like, I get it. This didn't hit me like everybody else did, though.
Well, when did you see
get me
it,
at the end?
How long did you see that? Like, after it came out?
I mean, I'd say probably I saw it years after it came out.
Okay, I think there was something really special about seeing this, like when it first came out, and like the hype behind it, and just like how much it hit because before that it's a fun heist movie. It's a fun toy heist movie. They're basically like in toy jail at this fucking
Yeah.
daycare center ran by a teddy bear who smells
It's
like
like
strawberries.
life. Actually, no, it's like Shawshank.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. Ned Betty is the bad guy. Lotso hugging bear, which is hilarious. Michael Keaton's Ken. It's fucking wild, dude. And like I kept like this is the funniest one too. There's so many fucking funny gags and jokes in this. Like, I mean, between just like a Mr. Potato Head being put out in the sandbox as punishment, and then he's like, "Yeah, I was like surrounded by Lincoln logs." And Pig is like, "I don't think those were Lincoln logs." And then Chuckles, Chuckles
yeah,
the
that
clown,
was wild. That thing looked fucking crazy,
dude. I remember when that
staring in the abyss.
I forgot about Chuckles. So when they cut to that, like I remember in the theater, people were dying because he looked so crazy. He's like, "Yeah, I knew Lotso." He's like, "You don't want to go to Sunnydale or what, Sunnyside or whatever."
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. Yeah, man. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So we open with a fantastical train chase sequence where like Woody and Jesse are trying to save these orphans played by troll dolls from like the past villains and stuff like that. It's a bigger scale from where we first started in Toy Story 1, right? And then it's we learned that the
Buzz
toys
flies in to help, and
and we learned that most of the toys are gone.
Yeah,
like because Andy's about to go to college, and there was a line, "We ain't ever getting played with," and I was like, I mean, if you're just a dirty adult, you're just seeing you're hearing all the innuendos. But that's not what this movie's
Get
about.
married, y'all. Y'all got married. That's what happens.
This is for kids. Oh shit. I did love though that Andy, he put all the other toys in the attic box. Well, no, initially they're in a bag, right? Because that's why
they were in a bag, and he was going to put them in the attic. But then his sister basically distracted him, and he went downstairs. Yeah.
And Mom put him out as garbage. But I did think it was really sweet that he actually was going to keep Woody and take Woody with him to college.
So did you do that?
What?
With any of your toys that like meant something to you?
No. Well, it's kind of fucked up. I lost a lot of stuff. Like I don't even remember, man, what really happened to my stuff growing up. Like because like I've talked about it before, like with the senior year in high school where I was basically like back and forth between living in my house and living in a motel and stuff. And so honestly, I can't even tell you where a lot of the stuff I had growing up was or where it ended up.
So like I actually lost a lot of touch with. Well, I lost a lot of like my childhood toys because my house burned down. So like, like all of my toys were gone. So like they were kind of taken away and I got stripped of them. But then like, before I went to college, there were certain things that like, toys of just like shit that I, like, all right. So put it like this. When I was a kid, I had every single Ninja Turtle toy under the fucking sun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had all of them shits. Like I had so many Ninja Turtle toys, like my collection would be crazy if I had, had boxes of that shit. You know what I'm saying? If I had a hands on that today. So by the time, I started hitting high school and everything like that, which was 3 years after my house burned down and fucking, living in a trailer for a year on our front fucking lawn and all stuff like that. By the time I started like working and going to high school, I actually bought a few like Ninja Turtle toys just, based out of nostalgia. And I kept them. I actually just gave them to Jackson and Axel like last year. So now they play with them, which warms my heart. So like, I think that's the thing. Like at the end, I was just like, and it was like, yeah, maybe he'll have kids and he'll play with them then. It was just like, no, his kids play with them. It's just like, but it's like there is the sentimental value of toys and things that you loved as a kid and holding on to them. Like I get that. I get that. And like, as they were talking, I'm just like, you look at your old toys and you're kind of just like, if y'all could really talk, first of all, shut your mouth, all the things that you've seen. But like, Oh
Yeah,
shit.
actually, I think
Brandon's
I feel
gone. It's
bad.
just me,
Oh,
guys.
Justin, did I lose you?
What the fuck happened to Brandon? I think this nigga
Oh
just
no,
jumped off the episode. Anyways, as we're
oh, it's
waiting for
me.
Brandon, I'll keep the bullshit going. Yeah, so like there's a bunch of toys that I had that like, yeah, I really just held on to and like I passed on to the kids. And so like when they were talking about, the toys talk about what's gonna happen next with them, that part I was just like, man, fuck. It's like I kept these toys, for at the very least 20 plus years, and now my kids are playing with them and like how that felt for me. And then I'm looking at, and I think like from the toys point of view, that must be pretty fucking crazy. If the toys, let's say the toys are sentient and they understand and it's the toys like this, from the story, from Toy Story, is just like, they must feel like fucking amazing that they've now been passed on to my kids. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the life goes on. Yeah, they don't have to end up in the attic or worse. You know what I mean? Like
Then the beat goes on.
because they were saying that's what they were saying at Sunnyside, right? Like the new toys typically didn't last long.
Yeah.
Because they would get all fucked up from the kids because they learn real quick. They're like, we're finally gonna get played with. Those kids came through and they were fucking them up, putting them up their
Mm-hmm.
noses and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. They ain't washing their hands.
Oh yeah. There's
Like,
nothing but germs.
oh yeah, those
And
toys.
God forbid you end up going home with one of these little fucking
yeah.
niggas.
Yeah, they never explain at the end, like granted it's an animated movie, but how the toys were so clean afterwards. Because not only were they getting fucked up at the daycare center, like getting glue on them and markers and crayons and all kinds of, shit stains and stuff, but then they also ended up in the garbage. So these toys should smell to high heaven by the time they got back to Andy's.
Man, baby, these toys are washing their asses.
Yeah, maybe. Or at least like maybe they just rubbed all on Lotso and got that strawberry scent. It was so funny how often they talked about his strawberry scent.
Yeah.
They just kept commenting on it. It
smells like strawberries.
And, yeah, Ned Betty, that fucking country drawl was so crazy. She don't love you no more. Like his whole bitter backstory and stuff. I mean, it is sad, but it also is like you see this teddy bear lose his fucking mind.
Well, yeah, he broke bad. That bear might as well just been selling meth.
Yeah, that was wild. Was crazy too when he reveals his true colors and like the potato heads are coming at him and he calls like Mrs. Potato Head sweet potato, and then he takes away her mouth. And then Mr. Potato Head's like, no one takes my wife's mouth except for me. I was like, bro, there are so many adult little things here that just going over kids' heads and shit. It was crazy, like Spanish Buzz, fucking flirting and dancing with Jesse.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, so crazy, dude. Yeah, I love that they always make Buzz unhinged. You know what I mean? Like Buzz in every one of these movies has like one moment where he's fucking out of control.
Yeah, but you know what? Because it just works so well in the first one.
Yeah. It's like, you think you're really a spaceman? Nigga, what's going on?
Yeah, every single movie, Buzz has an existential crisis.
Yeah, he does. He does. I do love that when he gets reset by Lotso and then he calls Jesse a temptress. I kept laughing when he said that.
Yeah.
Because he clearly has a crush on Jesse.
AKA, yeah, exactly. He's been trying to fuck for years. He's been holding it in.
Yeah. I mean, so the toys end up at this daycare center because they're basically put out in a bag and taken to this daycare center. And Woody joins them because he's initially trying to save them from being put in garbage and stuff. And so he basically, the whole thing is like like the toys think they're pretty good at the daycare center, so they're like, "Hey, Woody, you can go to be with Andy before he leaves for college." Because Mrs. Potato Head left an eye; she has only left one of her eyes at the house, so she's able to see what's going on at the house. So she's like, "Andy hasn't left yet, so Woody, you still have time to go if you need to." And that's when Woody escapes in Bonnie's bag, right?
Well, no, Woody escapes, via a kite going over the fence, but then he falls. No, well, the kite breaks and he falls into a tree, but he's hanging by his pull string.
Stuck, and Bonnie finds him. Yeah, there's a snake in my boot, and she immediately takes a liking to Woody. Woody's just a likable toy. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like if I saw a toy like Woody, I'd be like, I might keep this around. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
I don't know if I would do it right now. I think that'd be creepy. But if I'm like a little kid, I think I'd be like, oh, this is cool.
I don't know. I don't know if Woody's my kind of toy.
But yeah, like let's talk about the gangster toys and everything because we got Whoopi Goldberg as a gangster octopus toy. It's revealed that Ken is in on it, and we all see them gambling at the top of a vending machine using Monopoly money, which is wild.
Yep.
And and basically they that's how they capture Buzz because Buzz is sneaking around. And he learns that these toys have nefarious intentions because basically they use new toys to cover for them so they can go to the other side of the daycare center where the kids are a lot the kids they get to play with are a lot like nicer to their toys. They
Yeah,
take
they're
more care
older.
and
Yeah.
stuff. And then so they reset Buzz and he basically goes into Spanish mode. And then
No, it's
Woody
before they go into this. He put him in demo mode.
demo mode, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this it's when Woody and them try to reset him that he goes in Spanish mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Woody learns about Sunnyside from the Bonnie toys, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta go save my friends because basically they're in a toy prison now,
Yeah.
or gonna get or even worse for their lives because they're like new toys go in, they don't come out. It's like wild the shit that they're saying about Sunnyside, and so he goes." And this little toy telephone Fisher Price toy with a gangster voice is like, yeah, it's weird to see you back, cowboy. But if you want to get your friends out, there's it's real hard to get out of here. Your real problem is the monkey. And there's a fucking monkey that watches security cameras. This movie was wild, dude.
Yep.
It becomes a toy heist movie, basically, the great escape with toys. And everyone's insane in this movie. Like, I loved it. Like, Michael Keaton as Ken is 1,000% insane.
Oh,
He's like,
ridiculous.
no one appreciates clothes here, Barbie. And so much so that he like when Barbie goes to get the plans for resetting Buzz from the bookworm, and the bookworm sees what appears to be Ken high heels, he's just like, yeesh. Like they think that Ken's just cross dressing. He's just so out of control. I did laugh also with the letter at the end that's drawn like a sparkly ink. They think it's from Barbie, it's from Ken and shit. There's like a lot of fun like little things like that.
Yeah.
But when Mr. Potato Head, if initially he has to like use his pieces to put himself on a tortilla, that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Though he looks so insane, dude. But I was just like, this is so fucking hilarious. And then with the pigeon trying to get and then he rips apart and he has to put himself in a pickle. And he's like, you guys you have no idea the night I've had. Fucking out of this is so crazy. I loved it though. I've thought that this is the direction they would have gone for a third one. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think the overall the true arc of the film of like Andy's growing up and we don't have a space anymore. I think like that's the thing is like, okay, yeah, like that makes sense. But how they got there and then, well, how they, traverse that, that hill and where they went to come back on the other side is like, this is fucking crazy. Like, I really want to know is like when they were writing this is like, what were they like? What was the inspiration for this film? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, definitely The Great Escape is one of them. Because it's a prison, it's like a prison break, right? So it's like and also a little bit of a heist movie, like all these different things you have to get around and stuff. You have to work as an ensemble and things like that. Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. And then when they had to fight the monkey, when Woody and Slinky are fighting the monkey and shit, and that nigga's banging his head with the chimes. I was like, this is crazy. But this is really Pixar when they've started to really get in their bag and like in animation and really pushing the envelope. Like the attention to detail is so fucking good in some of these action sequences. Like when they end up in the landfill, that was like so good. Like in regards to the detail of the trash around them and how you could see them and how they moved with the magnet and the incinerator and stuff.
Yeah,
it was just so good, man. I was like, I just remember being like, oh, Pixar's just like constantly elevating the medium of animation.
So I don't know if you saw it, but like there was in development, there was a few different storylines that they had for Toy Story 3. One of them was that basically it focuses on Andy's toys shipping a malfunctioning Buzz to the factory in Taiwan where he was built, called Waka Waka, with the other toys hoping he would be fixed there. While searching the internet, they discovered that many more of Buzz Lightyear toys were malfunctioning around the world, and the company had issued a massive recall. Fearing Buzz's destruction, a group of Andy toys, Rex, Potato Head, Slinky, yada yada yada, they all ship themselves to Taiwan and venture out to rescue Buzz.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go with that one.
Yeah, I was like what? That's
glad.
like what?
Well, that's the thing, where I'm sure there were so many ideas that were pitched for the third one, because it's animation, so you can do anything you fucking want through toys. You know what I mean? Like they could have easily done like Andy's still a kid and like continued that story. But I appreciate that they were like, no, Andy's older. They brought that back, the original voice actor who play Andy. You know, like I think that it was great, because I think that's why it's such an emotional peak for a lot of audience members, because a lot of people, like I said, like myself, who kind of grew up watching the first one and then like were around the same age as Andy, could really connect with like this passage, like, hey, like I'm moving on to this next phase of my life. I have to let things go, because like we said, and Andy's initially going to take Woody, right? But then when Bonnie sees Woody in the box, when he, because Woody writes a note for Andy to actually drop off the box at Bonnie's house, not take it to the attic. And when Bonnie like sees like, "Oh, my cowboy," and he's like, she even quotes him like, "You got a steak in my boot." And Andy, you could tell, was like, "This is mine, though."
Yeah.
But then he sees the want in the little girl, and he's like, it's her time to have these toys, to make her own like memories and stuff with, and have her own imagination with these toys. And I really appreciate that. I think that was like the moment where I kind of like started tearing up, because I'm like, that's a beautiful like thing to do. And like it's tough too. It's tough to let go of your past. It's tough to like embrace adulthood, because when you're younger, you're always like, I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to grow up and be an adult and do my own thing, blah blah blah. But then when you finally get there, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you're yearning for that, that freedom of childhood.
Yeah, it's like the Billy Madison moment where like that one kid's like, I can't wait to be an adult, Billy. He's like, don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say it. He shakes the kid. Stay as young as long as you can. It's true.
This is as good as it gets.
Yeah, if you're a kid, listen to this for some reason, stay as young as you can. I don't know how you can do it.
And you need to stop listening to the show, because we are going to make you old beyond years.
Oh my God. I still remember, it was like, what, 2 or 3 years ago, when I was proctoring a test at a school, and this kid like heard my voice and he was like, "Video popcorn." I'm like, he was like a 7th grader. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Why are they listening to us? We're insane.
You know what? We probably did some movie which had a lot of kid viewers, and somehow it popped up, and next thing you know, podcast is in their ears.
Maybe he listened to the Substitute episode, which for some reason is our highest viewed episode on YouTube. It's like at 100,000 views for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. And a lot of it's from Russia. It's weird, man. It's weird. Lotso, man, was about that thug life, though. This nigga was going to put them in the garbage. And then when they saved him at the incinerator, he just left them. He was fucking evil, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, "Where's your kid now?" I was like, yo. I mean, is there a world where because Lotso's insane, you know what I mean? Between everything that he does, I get like, yeah, you were abandoned and replaced by your little girl, which was fucked up, because Chuckles was like, she didn't replace us, like me and the baby, like the big baby, gangster, but muscle that he has. And he was like, "It don't matter. She don't want none of us."
None of us.
And just like, well, all right. I mean, but that don't mean that he's just like willingly to let toys like get fucked up and die. Like that's crazy, man.
You know what he is? He's like, if I can't have love, nobody's gonna have it.
That's a dark place to be, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's a dark.
He's a fucking incel.
Yeah, it's also gotta be insane if you smell like strawberries. It's so
Yeah,
disarming.
what? Yeah, why does he smell like strawberries?
I mean, that's just like the gimmick of the toy. You know what I mean? I guess initially
But it
one of the
wouldn't last
designs.
that long.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I know, right? One of the initial designs was that he was going to have a broken cassette, like a Teddy Ruxpin.
Okay.
But
Actually, that would have been fun.
that would have been too dark though, because that would immediately let you know that he's a villain. Whereas, like, he's a big teddy bear that like has a little limp, and it's like, hey, everybody, I smell like strawberries. Like, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I trust this nigga.
Well, no,
But
no,
if
no, because the broken cassette, it could have just been like, he could still talk, but the cassette is like an accessory to
I
his
know,
speech.
but visually,
Like
it's just kind of creepy. It'd be
well,
a
yeah,
creepy visual. Did you ever have Teddy Ruxpin?
yeah.
Yeah, I had
Your
one too. It was
friend
creepy.
is what I'd like
I didn't
to
like it.
be.
I didn't like
I
it.
also had that big fucking caterpillar too.
Big caterpillar.
The caterpillar, the Teddy
There's a
Ruxpin.
caterpillar that had a tape in it too.
Yeah, it was in the Teddy Ruxpin like family.
Oh,
There's another character in the Teddy Ruxpin lore. There's this
yo, he
big
had
like yellow caterpillar that had like rosy cheeks.
what was his name? Do you remember?
I cannot remember. I only remember
It
Teddy
don't
Ruxpin.
matter. Like, they didn't sell that many of them. Teddy was the
Yeah.
main deal. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
fucking. I don't know why I had one of them motherfuckers. My mom was just like, nah, this nigga, this will be good. Because probably Teddy Ruxpin was too expensive at first.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of bootleg. There was a lot of like, hey, Rod, Teddy Ruxpin, but we have his good friend Lily, the earthworm, and Sally the caterpillar, and Michael the fox and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, my kid don't know none of those niggas.
Yep.
You want me to get stabbed on Christmas morning?
I'm looking up right now. Caterpillar. Here you go. What was his fucking name? Pal Grubby.
His name was Grubby.
His name was Grubby. Yo, this nigga looks crazy.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure he does.
Nigga, no, look up shit. Look up Grubby the caterpillar. Put in Teddy Ruxpin caterpillar.
Oh,
1985.
no, this looks terrifying. I know what this is though. I recognize this though. This is fucking scary, man.
Bro, look at
played
the
with
picture of it from the cartoon. It's even more terrifying.
Yeah, that's a creepy thing. Yeah, that didn't sell well at all. Mm-mm.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had that motherfucker had the tape and everything like that.
Yeah, it is wild that Lotso still smells like strawberries though.
Yeah, that doesn't
Like,
make no sense.
Yeah, you would think it would wear off after a while, but man, I mean that means it definitely can't be healthy then for you. If that's still got some scent, that's all kinds of chemicals just seeping out that fucking.
Oh yeah, that's cancer ridden. You have some bald headed kids fucking around with that motherfucker. That's so dark. That's so fucking dark. I'm sorry, parents.
Oh, child.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Why'd I say that?
That's really dark, man. I love that this movie allowed all the different toys to shine. You know what I mean? Like, all the toys we come to know and love. Obviously, Bo Peep wasn't in it. And they hint that, like, something happened to her. But we find on Toy Story 4 what's going on with Bo Peep. But
wait, no, wasn't she was she got sold in the garage sale?
Yeah. But like, like they talk about like it's a tragic thing, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Obviously we find her in 4, but it was great seeing like
Spoiler
Rex
alert, Brandon. Jesus Christ.
It was great seeing Rex, Slinky, Pig.
No, there was no Slinky in this one.
Yeah, there was.
Jim Varney was already dead.
Yeah, Jim Varney was replaced. Remember, Slinky is the one that helps him get across. How you
I'm sorry, bro.
Justin, you okay?
No, I'm not. It's been a day, nigga.
It's okay. I mean, hopefully Toy Story 3 brought a smile to your face, man. I was smiling this whole fucking movie.
I mean, it is a fun. It's not as fun as some of the other ones because it's so fucking dark. But it was a good watch. Yeah,
it gets dark in the third act. The first 2 acts are really like. The first act is just like catching us up and stuff like that. And it's still like got some fun gags, but it is like it's a little not intense, but it's just like, oh shit, like things are definitely different. Andy's older, toys aren't going to play with, like they're like constantly in the box and stuff like that. To the point where they got to crank call this nigga just so he can open up the box and they can get touched.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Again, don't get married, toys. Don't get married. Don't marry your kid.
But once they get to Sunnyside, that's when shit was so funny. Like between like, them finding out the true like, nature behind Lotso and his whole gang of toys. And then
The
like
Ken and
Woody trying.
Barbie thing was out of control.
Yeah, that was so crazy. That was nuts. But like I love that they like end up running Sunnyside afterwards, and like it's a fun,
Yeah.
groovy place for all toys and shit. After that, like they're tapping each other in, so not one toy just gets fucked up the whole time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was like that was a nice, sweet way to wrap up that story. But yeah, like the whole like we got to break out. Everyone's got to do their part. They got to fucking like lock up Buzz because he's cuckoo bananas again. They got to fucking fight this monkey and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah, it was
And then
wild.
the telephone Fisher Pro was like, "Yeah, they haven't broke me, so I'm out here surviving." And then he's like, when they like get caught by Lotso, right when they're about to escape, and so he's like, "They broke me." I was like, "Damn,
They finally got me, guys.
yeah."
Sorry. I
What did they
snitched.
do? Just like beat him? What did they just kept hitting him on the head or something? How do you torture a toy?
I mean, you can kind of fucking turn his cord and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
probably hurts. This is probably all little toy things. Maybe you melt one of his buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, open flame could do some damage to some plastic, nigga.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we saw
Yeah.
that incinerator scene.
Yep.
That's why they all started holding hands. I was like, "Woof." I mean, yeah,
It's over.
yeah. Because initially, they see a claw in the landfill, and then you have the alien, dolls are like the
The
claw,
claw.
right? And then they literally take over the claw and save the toys. But
Yeah.
it was like such a dex ex machina where you're like, oh, okay, like I mean that's convenient, but also it fits for the characters
Yeah.
in an odd way. You know what I mean?
It's also just crazy that those little aliens from the first film stuck around this long.
I know.
You know what I'm
I know.
saying?
They're so popular. That's why.
Yeah.
Even though I think they're insane. I think they're so fucking
Yes.
crazy. Yeah, and it's like they, and to think that they all start from fucking Pizza Planet, trying to fucking drag Woody and Buzz down, and Woody called them salads. But yeah, speaking of the first one, apparently the actor Eric Von Detten, who played Sid is supposed to be one of the garbage truck drivers,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is wild.
Yeah, he's a garbage truck driver that drops them off. An adult.
He's the
Sid
one that's
drops them
riffing,
off.
right? They're like, like that guy.
Yeah, drops, and
Okay.
when they're going back to Andy's
Yeah,
house.
to the house. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I think that this and Lotso gets put in the front of a garbage truck, which I don't think is a punishment enough, but whatever.
Is it a garbage truck or is it just a truck?
It's just, I mean, it's a truck of some sort, but like he basically like,
Oh yeah, you're right. No, it's a truck, a radiator grill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. I mean, that's his life. So like he's just stuck on this thing until he can get out, obviously. But yeah, like a bunch of bugs gonna be flying in his mouth all the time and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He ain't gonna get no
It
hugs
used to be
anytime soon.
just a wind just hitting you in the face.
Oh yeah, you always gotta squint your eyes and shit.
Yep.
Why do people do that? Why do they put stuff in the front of their hoods like that?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I mean, man, the way the world is now, part of me feels like it's some weird, insidious. There's something fucking crazy to it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's a weird thing, and I see them all the time too.
You see like things on the front of trucks like that
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It gives me some Jeepers Creepers vibes. You know what I mean? I don't like it. But I mean, maybe lots will come back in the fifth one. Who knows?
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I think also, did Ned Betty die? I think Ned Betty is dead. Yeah, he died in 2021.
Okay, so truck drivers place toys on their vehicles, often on the grills or flatbeds, to personalize their workspace, bring fun to the road, and brighten people's day, particularly children who enjoy spotting them. So the toys are kind of like mascots for their trucks and are rescued from the trash or garbage truck operators as a unique way to personalize their vehicles they spend hours in. So it has to be a toy found that they basically put on a truck, and it's supposed to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
calling bullshit on that. I think there's definitely some nefarious reasons for that.
Yep.
We're not
There's
gonna
some
go down that
Epstein
rabbit
shit
hole.
wrapped up.
Yeah, we're not going down that rabbit hole. Justin, we get any letterbox reviews from our producer about Toy Story 3?
Yes, sir. We have a letterbox review. All right, guys. Up first, we have Patrick Willems, not Williams, Willems. Patrick says, I had a great time crying alone in my apartment while watching a children's film. 4 stars. Patrick, you a bitch. No, I'm playing. I understand. I get it. I wasn't
A lot
crying,
of people
but,
cried,
like,
man. I told you I cried.
yeah, I know. You a bitch too, nigga.
I just want to show my emotion, Justin. You gotta let that hard wall down, man. You raising 3 sons. You gotta let them be vulnerable. In 2026, when the world is falling apart, you need people to just be open about how they feeling, man, because people going through it.
You know what?
You're going
right,
through it,
Brandon. You know what? You right, Brandon. I'll let them be vulnerable when I beat them. Anyhow, up next, I have Lim F. Lim says the most disturbing thing about this film by far has to be the complete lack of adult supervision at the daycare center.
Yes.
4.5 stars.
There were no adults in that space. I was thinking that too. But I mean, to be fair, to see it happen so quick, you don't really see flashes of adults. And also, I mean, if you've ever worked in a daycare center, it's kind of like that. You got to just let the kids, like, there's no organized activity at that time. It's playtime. The kids are just playing with toys.
No, son.
Yeah.
And also, sorry, but like, there are a lot of times there's cameras and things like that. So like technically those toys would get spotted on cameras.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Or at least someone should notice that monkey in the security camera space.
Well, yeah. Really, nigga.
Well, even just like, why would that toy be in that room? You know what I mean? It'd be like,
or maybe the monkey is a toy that was saved from the garbage can that's to bring fun and brightness to that room for little kids who come by the daycare center. They see a fucking banging monkey in there. Anyhow, next up we have McKenna. McKenna says this Ken was very confident that he was Ken enough.
Am I Ken enough? Am I
Ken enough to fight for niggas for me?
Folks, if you always wonder where that like came from, you gotta listen to our Footloose episode. It's on Patreon. But it's one of the funniest improvisation moments of the podcast. It's hilarious.
All right.
That movie's
up next
also insane.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Footloose
absolutely out of control.
Yeah.
We have Theo. Theo says Lotso didn't have to go full Joker just because Daisy didn't fuck with him no more. I mean, and that's 4 stars. Now, mind you, it wasn't the fact that she didn't fuck with him anymore. It's the fact is she lost him, or her parents basically were just like, shit.
But the parents just abandoned all the toys. She had 3 toys with her.
Yeah,
that's
like,
so reckless.
We gotta go, and then they bought a new one of him. Ugh. Tough. But also, you know what? At the same time, I had to buy a second Lammy for Axel because he would not sleep without Lammy. And it's just like, if that's the case, I basically bought a backup just to have, just in case he left it in Finland or something, or lost it somewhere. We ended up finding the original. So, but like, Axel knows the difference. He's like, this is fake Lammy.
Yeah. What, I was gonna say, like, with the toys, right? Like, you've mentioned before, like, your kids have their favorite toys and stuff. Like, it's so wild that they would, like, the parent, like this Daisy's parents would just be like, I'm gonna pick up my daughter because she's passed out, and like, we're taking her back to the car, and just leave the 3 toys that she plays with all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, and we don't know how long it took Lotso and them to get to the house. It could have been weeks.
Yeah. Them shitty parents.
Oh yeah,
them shitty parents.
Yeah,
because
and
like full well. Yeah, you know full well which toys your kids fucking love, and you know that is not going to be a good day for you. All right, up next we have Sophie. Sophie says things that have made my day. 1, Toy Story 3. 2, literally nothing else. That's the power of this movie. 5 stars.
I mean, it is a great movie. I think even like, he's an asshole, but Quentin Tarantino said this is like one of his favorite movies ever. Like, this is like really good, like, closer. Like, if this had been a trilogy, this would have been a perfect trilogy.
Fair. All right, last one. We have Millie Gibbo. Millie says, I'm actually hyperventilating. This movie had no reason to be so traumatic. 5 stars. And that's it. That's what we got, baby.
All right. Well, Justin, break down our rating system, baby.
Stop calling me baby. Guys,
You just call me baby.
I can call you baby. You can't call me baby. That's the way it works, nigga. You hear me, baby? Anyhow, guys, you know how we do this. We rate movies bags of popcorn, small, medium, large, and the XL for the exceptional. If a film doesn't deserve a hot, buttery, delicious popcorn, we throw it into the stale popcorn pile. We pile piles and piles of stale popcorn on top of it. So, Brandon, we sat down, we watched the 2010 film Toy Story 3. Has all your favorites in it. And I need to know what you feel about it, Brandon. What say you, sir?
Oh, this gets the XL. This is a perfect sequel. This is it's subverted my expectations. It visually, it's a marvel. There's definitely a reason why it was one of the few animated films to be nominated for Best Picture. It's probably my favorite Toy Story. Like the first one's a classic, but this one, like, I just was, like I said, smiling ear to ear the whole time, except for the third act where I was just sad and like almost like teary eyed and shit. But this is a beautiful movie, man. I love this movie. This is great.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a large. I mean, I don't feel like it didn't hit me as hard. I think that it did you, but I think also like being two years removed from when this film came out, and then also not seeing it right away. I'm a little bit more removed from my toys and things like that. From I guess my childhood. And I think all of that makes a difference, but like it was a great film. The kids were, dialed in to this. Lennox was watching this shit. So it was like, yeah, this is like a film that like I think reaches across the aisle for, many generations.
Amazing. Well, there you have it, folks. That's our review on Toy Story 3. We will be back eventually with a Toy Story 4 review, and also, I guess, a Toy Story 5, because they're just going to keep making these things. They're not giving up because this is their biggest franchise for Pixar. Yep. Is it? Actually, I thought Cars was.
You got a hit in me.
Yeah, they're never going to let that shit go, for sure. But yeah, folks, again, hit us up on all social media platforms at Medium P Podcast. That's where Media Popcorn is. MediaPopcorn.com for all your Media Popcorn needs. If you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at Frodo_Blackens on Instagram and Threads, FrodoBlackens.com for show dates, including some Drunk Black History shows, High Black History, and I'm just doing stand-up around the city. So come through, fuck with me, FrodoBlackens.com. And Justin, if you want to follow you as well as support the show financially, what can they do, my brother?
Baby, you can go on down to J Brown Dinner on all the social media platforms. That's where I be. But you can also support the show, show us some love, give us a little coin on Patreon, patreon.com/medium popcorn. We have $2, $5, $10, and $15 packages. Our entire backlog is on Patreon. We have bonus episodes, mini shows. Guys, Patreon is where it's at, patreon.com/medium popcorn. Show us a little love, and Idris will say your name.
Say your name, say your name. Oh, real quick note about Toy Story 3, because we were talking about the toxins and stuff that probably Lotso has. So Buzz Lightyear in this movie has a fucking, TV fall on him, and his helmet doesn't break. There's some extra shit in that helmet, that plastic helmet, that we need to investigate.
Maybe that shit's from space.
Oh my God. Also, I love that Bonnie had the stranger danger vibe when Andy pulls up on the house and she's like, "Mom," I'm like, "Yep, that's the way it should be."
Yep.
My godson Nas was the same way. Like we went to Disney World. Oh no, it was Universal. And we were in line for a Harry Potter ride or some shit. And this woman was like, "Come here, little boy." And he was like, "I don't know you." I was like, but she was like a worker, like trying to get us to go into the ride. But I was like, "It's okay, Nasir," but like good instincts. He was like, "I don't know you." Yeah, like, "Come here, fuck you." All right, everybody. We hold
you later.
We love you, and remember, you got a friend in us.
Okay.
Bye.
That came off a little weird.
Medium popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah.
in your face.
That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.